a great many years, the Mercedes-Benz E-Class has been the perfect car for people who didn't know a lot about cars other than they wanted a really nice one. They wanted one that was stylish. They wanted one that drove nice when they drove down the road. And just as importantly, they wanted one that turned heads whenever they pulled into somewhere, let everybody know, hey, this person's arrived. They work hard, they earn their money, they wanted something nice, they get an E-Class Mercedes-Benz. To this day, the Mercedes-Benz E-Class is one of the great mid-size cars that money can buy, and all things considered, it's actually not a ton of money. The E-Class does not have the most horsepower to this day. It's adequate, it's powerful, it's not cutting edge. Speaking of cutting edge, it doesn't have cutting edge technology. It has generous lists of accommodations, but nothing that's really game-changing. And it doesn't have game-changing style either. It's just a nice, clean-cut look, like a Hugo Boss suit. It just looks really, really nice without being over the top. Well, Japan also has a car that's very similar in concept to the E-Class Mercedes, and that's the Acura TL. For years, it's always been that go-to executive car that didn't cost a ton of money, but it just looked great. It handled well. It had great power without having enormous power, and it did a lot of things well and did it very, very reliably. That was the nice advantage to the Japanese car, is that it did it so much more reliably than the Germans could ever compete with. The problem with the TL up until 2012, it was just a little bit funky looking. There's no other way to say it. They had a very controversial front and rear end, particularly, that really turned a lot of people off, and as a result, it didn't sell as well, I believe, as Acura would have liked to have sold it. In 2012, they kind of muted the look a lot, and they took all those sharp lines and sharp edges out of it and really cleaned it up, almost like getting plastic surgery. A little nip here, a little tuck there, and it's a completely different look, and that's how it is in the TL. It looks really different in 2012, and pretty much 100% of everybody will tell you that's the look that they should have come out with from the very beginning. If it looked like this from day one, it would have been the hottest sedan in the whole wide world. But because the TL had been out for a few years already, it had already kind of fallen off of people's short lists, and a lot of people have overlooked the 2012 Acura TL as they search for something in that $20,000 executive sedan set. And I'm here to tell you, for 20 grand, this is the nicest sedan that money can buy, period, because it does so many things so well. And so you can look at this one, about 40,000 miles, so it still has a powertrain warranty from Acura, a little bit under $21,000. They can be had for a little bit under $20,000, even under 19,000 miles. $19,000 depending on the miles. High point on these, 23, 24, 25. You start getting things like all-wheel drive and navigation. But in this particular price range, this car brings a lot of bang for the buck. I'm going to pop the hood. We're going to start there. Now, 280 horsepower is what this 3.5-liter V6 is turning out. A little under 260 pound-feet of torque. What's nice also about the 2012 model is that the 2011 and prior had a 5-speed automatic transmission that had been around for years, and the 2012 has a 6-speed automatic transmission. Now, that may not sound like that big of a deal. It's just it does a couple of things. In 2011, the car goes 0 to 60 in 6.8 seconds. 2012, it goes 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds. So more is better, right? Also, gas mileage, 26 miles per gallon out on the open road in 2011. 29 miles per gallon out on the open road in 2012. So again, a little nip here, a little tuck there. It makes a big overall difference. The 2012 not only looks better than the 2011, it performs better, and it does it more economically. Let's jump inside. One of the strengths of the TL, since it was first introduced, is that they have a terrific interior. Now, this has a lot in common with the Honda Accord V6, of course, but the interior has a totally different personality. The Honda's more of a family-friendly type of personality, where this feels more executive. Feels like you're in your Hugo Boss suit, you're looking good, or you're ready to go out for a night on the town. It just has that kind of personality. It looks expensive inside, it looks sophisticated. You've got a special friend in the passenger seat, and they're thinking to themselves, wow, what a stylish car, what a successful person I'm out on the road with. It just looks nice. It looks nice the way $40,000, $50,000 cars look, not the way other $20,000 cars look. Room is great. I'm 6 feet tall, 175 pounds, and I'm all kinds of comfortable in the front seat. In fact, these seats, the leather's really, really soft. So if that's a priority for you, you like a nice, comfortable leather interior, you could do a whole lot worse than this TL. Now, jumping in the back seat, A lot of times when these interiors are done in a way that's more jet fighter feel, it's a little bit too snug for everybody who isn't the driver. But again, I've got the seat pretty far back in the front, and I'm in the back seat, again, 6 feet tall. I'm all kinds of comfortable back here. The rear seat sits a little higher than the front seat too, so I have very good visibility from the back, almost like I'm sitting in the front. But more importantly, I feel relaxed, I feel comfortable, I feel nice. It's a nice car. I'm going to jump up front and push the button to open up the trunk. The new rear end also for 2012. Again, you have to look at a 2011 and 2012 side by side to see the difference, but once you see the difference, there's no going back. The 2012 just looks a lot cleaner cut. The trunk is only 13 cubic feet, so a lot of people, again, well, it's not, you know, other cars have 14, 15 cubic feet, but when you actually look at the trunk, it's a big trunk. If you have 2 sets of golf clubs plus stuff, you have more than enough room in this car. And so one of the virtues of being front wheel drive is that you don't have a drive shaft going through the back, which means you can have the floorboard be lower instead of higher to accommodate that big pipe going through there. And so the that low floorboard makes for a pretty generously sized trunk. There's no other way to say it. I know it's not the biggest one by a stretch, but I think it's more than adequate for 99% of shoppers. Again, great style as we take a look at the passenger side as well. Clean lines, very subdued, very relaxed, very stylish. This is actually a really nice color for this car. I'm going to jump in and turn it on. If you ever get a chance to take these out on the freeway, that's where it really shines. It's a relaxed, almost like a GT feel. You know, that 70, 80, 90 mile an hour range where it's just, it drives so nice and so easy, not stressful, the brakes feel strong, the handling feels tenacious, the build quality feels solid, it's not squeaky or rattling or anything like that. Everything about this car, it's excellent fit and finish, it's well put together, and probably as importantly as anything else, it's really good looking, and that's a big deal. That's available starting in 2012 and newer models. This is a great car. It's a little bit under $21,000, has 40,000 miles. Obviously, we're Honda of Seattle and Toyota of Seattle, so we have a lot of these all of the time. It's just a car we commonly see, and so if you have any questions about Acura TLs, the different options that are available, or maybe what we have in stock on any given day, please don't hesitate to reach out and give me a call. My number is 425-894-8230. My name is Joe Tunney. I'm the pre-owned director here at Honda of Seattle and Toyota of Seattle. Or you can just drop me an email anytime at joet@hondaofseattle.com.